Welcome to Snipisode 38 of the Daily Dose of DMC podcast. Today is Wednesday, February 22nd, 2023, and I'm your host, HK. Good morning, all you beautiful people, and welcome to this beautiful Wednesday on the Daily Dose of Dedication, Motivation, and Commitment podcast, where we transform our lives every single morning and kickstart it with positivity and talk about topics that really make us progress and move forward. And today I want to talk about that commitment when you're feeling lost. I believe a lot of people feel lost, and it doesn't matter whether you're in school, whether you are a teenager who's still in high school, whether you're heading into college or university and you're still trying to figure out what major to take or what to study, whether you're a young professional who just left university or college or soon will be doing so, hopefully graduating, heading into the professional workforce and still trying to decide what company to apply, what role to apply for. Maybe you're a professional who has decades under their belt. That feeling of being lost is a very common experience that anybody and everybody has faced at some point in their lives. I'm convinced of that everyone on this planet has that feeling at some point, and there's a variety of reasons for that. I mean, it could be job loss, it could be relationship struggles, or it could just simply be that feeling of unfulfillment. And I think that latter one is what the most people tend to have as a feeling, that not being fulfilled, because we seek out our desires, we seek out what we believe our needs are, what our wants are. And the problem is when we have those, that job title, that extra money, that second vacation home, traveling, that latest phone, whatever it is, ultimately we're still left with a vacuum because we don't have that ultimate vision for our lives of, how we want our lives to play out, how we want our lives to truly be filled with fulfillment and not with these things. And I think that's the problem, and that's why so many people, especially today in society with Instagram and TikTok and all these things showing us how we should be living, perhaps, and creating these desires that are completely unnecessary, confusing us in our minds to say, why am I not there? Why can't I do that? Why am I not that smart? Why? And those are the questions we then ask, and then we begin to struggle in life. But it's exactly during these times that we need to commit to ourselves, and we need to commit to the goals that we set out in our lives. Remember the discussion we had in yesterday's Snipisode, because that is when it is most important. And that's what we're going to discuss in today's Snipisode. I want you guys to understand that feeling of being lost is just a natural part of human experience. Life is full of ups and downs. If you remember me saying in yesterday's Snipisode that elderly couple I met who's been married for 37 plus years, they've had their ups and downs. They've had their moments of being lost. They've had their moments of being unsure where they're heading. And all of us have, and that is okay. But it's crucial, it's absolutely crucial to remember that those feelings are only temporary. You can overcome them. So if you're a student who's still trying to figure out what to study, and you're thinking, okay, what do my friends think? Where are my friends going? What do my parents and family think? What about society? What am I going to do when I graduate? You will overcome those feelings of uncertainty. You will find a path. Always. The choice is yours. Let me give you an example. Let's say you just recently lost your job. You're feeling lost because for many people that job is kind of a form of identification. You're really unsure what you want to do next. You feel overwhelmed. However, it's essential to remind yourself in that period that this is just a temporary setback. You will overcome it. And I'll give you a couple examples later on, but I just want you to remember that. The first step in finding that commitment, guys, is to acknowledge and accept that you're feeling lost. Just like AA, kind of sounds like AA, no? You got to just accept the fact and acknowledge it that you are lost. And it's important to be honest with yourself about how you're feeling, not try to suppress it. Don't try to ignore the emotions. Even sometimes those negative emotions are very important as we walk through life, as we walk through this journey. So, like I said, maybe you're feeling lost in your career. So take some time, reflect on why you're feeling this way. Is it because you're not passionate about your job anymore? Maybe you're feeling stuck in your current position. Maybe it's your colleagues. Maybe it's your manager, your boss, whatever, who's just causing a bunch of stress, and you no longer have that enjoyment, that fulfillment. Maybe it's in the company or the work environment that you're in. But acknowledge those feelings. That's what's going to help you identify the root cause of your problem. I'm looking at it from an operational perspective. Yeah, identify the root cause of your problem, and then you're going to find that next step, find that solution. Because once you've accepted those feelings, then you can reevaluate your goals, you can reevaluate your priorities. Just take some time to reflect on what you want to achieve in life and what truly matters to you and not to anybody else. And I'm not saying that in a narcissistic sense. I'm saying that because it's about you. Try to be specific. Try to focus on the things that align with your values, with the things that bring you joy. This is the process that's going to help you regain that clarity and give you that sense of purpose. So, if you're feeling lost in your personal life right now, just take some time. Just take some time to reflect on the things that are important to you. What are you prioritizing right now? Are you prioritizing your health? Are you prioritizing your well-being? Are you spending time with loved ones? Reevaluate your priorities, because that's what's going to help you identify the areas where you need to make changes. And that's what's going to help you find a sense of direction, because then you'll start eliminating things that maybe you once found important, but now you see there is no value in those things. And you shift your focus. And when you shift your focus, you find new direction. You find new dedication, new motivation, new commitment to continue on your life journey. Because the next step is just to simply take actions towards your goals, to commit to making those small changes that we discussed in the last 2 Snipisodes. Those small changes every single day that align with those priorities. Those changes can be as simple as just reading a book, taking a course, volunteering in your community. Remember, whatever that is, that progress is ultimately progress. No matter how small it is. Think about that. Progress is progress. If you're feeling lost in your career, commit to updating your resume. Network with people in your industry. Take a course to learn a new skill, for goodness sake. These small actions is what's going to help you build that momentum and regain your sense of purpose. And remember what I said in the last 2, and then this is going to be very important for what we're covering this whole week, is that I want you to seek support. Seek support from those around you. Talk to friends, talk to family. If need be, seek out professional help like a therapist. If you're feeling overwhelmed especially. However, having that support system, you heard me say that yesterday, you heard me say that on Monday, but that support system is what's going to provide you that encouragement, that motivation you need to stay committed to your goals. And we're talking about your life goals here. If you're feeling lost, like in your personal life, then talk to a trusted friend, talk to a family member. They are the ones that are going to provide you with a different perspective. Don't start running in your mind all these different negative scenarios. You're going to start going into a spiral. We discussed these the last 2 days. Talk to somebody, because they're the ones that are going to give you that different perspective. They're the ones that are going to help you brainstorm ideas. They're the ones that are going to contribute to making positive changes in your life, and that's what we want. That's what we are seeking to do, especially if you're feeling lost at this point. And lastly, guys, I want you to keep this one in mind as well. It is so important just to stay patient. Said it yesterday, we'll say it again today. Be kind to yourself. Change does not happen overnight. Celebrate the small wins along the way. Focus on the progress, not perfection. Be patient with yourself as you navigate through the process. And the process is our life's journey. So if you're feeling lost in your career, once again, celebrate each step you take towards your goals, no matter how small. Maybe that small step is to say, okay, I'm done with this job. It is time for me to move on. Maybe it's reprioritizing and saying that even in these times where the economy is going bonkers, for me to take that risk because I can, and to shift my focus towards something new. Recognize that progress takes time. However, just be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself as you work towards your objectives. And I speak from personal experience here. I moved up the career ladder fairly quickly in my early days, and there was a specific point in a specific role where I began becoming frustrated with what I was doing. I didn't feel like I was actually providing true value to the likes of my potential. And as the weeks went by, as the months went by, I just became more frustrated, more annoyed. I was very disengaged from my role, disengaged from the company, and it was time for me to make a choice. And that choice was then to leave. So I freewillingly left. I raised my hand and said, I'm ready to go. I was in middle management at that time. So, had a lot of benefits, that kind of stuff. But it was the perfect choice at the right time to shift my life's journey, and I cannot complain. Sometimes you make decisions, they turn out to be crap. Sometimes you make decisions, they turn out to be great. But that is part of life. That is part of the journey. You can only plan. And you walk that path. You walk life as it comes, no matter how you plan it. But it's about perspective. It's about positivity. So I want you to take away from this that feeling lost is common experience that everybody faces. It's important to remember that it's temporary. Acknowledge your feelings, guys. Reevaluate the goals. Reevaluate your life priorities. Take actions towards the objectives you want for your life. Reevaluate those. Seek support from friends. Seek support from family, from trusted members of society, whoever that is for you. Be patient with yourself. Be committed and just regain that sense of purpose. That's what this is all about. It's never too late to make changes in life. Never. In my discussion with the elderly couple who's been married for 37 years, that is the one thing that stuck out as well, is that it is never too late to make changes in your life, to pursue things that bring you joy, to pursue things that bring you fulfillment. Stay committed to yourself, not to society. Be a positive contributor. Be a positive contributor to society, but do not let society define you. Stay committed to yourself, your goals. You're going to overcome any obstacle. You're going to find success in all areas of your life. That is what I want you to take away today. Thank you guys for listening to today's Snipisode. I hope you found it informative. I hope you found it helpful. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, reach out to me, subscribe, share this with family, share this with friends. Really appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow morning. Look forward to speaking with you guys. That being said, stay dedicated, motivated, committed all day, every day.